I am now joined by Bongani Siziba, News Central's correspondent, who was in the community to speak more about her visit to the community. But before I go into the questions, Bongani, I owe you a heartfelt apology right after this. But let's get started. What were some of the most striking things you witnessed while in Israel? And can you share any specific instances or stories that stood out to you while covering the conflict in Israel?
Good afternoon, Judith, and also good afternoon to our viewers. It was quite a very hard assignment, I must say, because for me, it was my first time to be in the war zone. So going to some places, seeing the kind of horror, especially when you watch that report in Kibbutz community where I visited, where I saw buildings that were destroyed allegedly by Hamas, according to the people there in the community. I met some people. One of something that actually stood out for me was when I entered in one room, I'm carrying my camera and I'm shooting. Then all of a sudden, my eyes just goes to this wall. I see blood stains on the wall, and it shows that it's fingers of a little child, maybe who was clinging onto the walls and maybe taking his or her last breath. And you could see the lines that were going down to show that at the end, at the bottom of the walls, the child just fell down and you could see blood. So those are some of the things that I witnessed in Israel. And also, still in that place, hearing missiles being fired, and you are told that you have 15 seconds to go down, to dash down, or to go into a security rooms, because in Israel, they've now built security rooms whereby when you hear a siren, you have only 15 seconds to get to that security room. If you are far from that place, then you have to duck down and make sure that you cover your head. It's something that I had not experienced in my life. So, and also speaking to citizens, they are hearing the stories of what happened really on that day. As you can see, the images that are coming on our screens, everything upside down, things outside, and seeing the horror that happened on that day, the tragic, for me, it was heartbreaking. And I had so many questions to ask the humanity. Where has the humanity gone for people to just kill a human being like that? So it was so devastating on my side. The experience, I can say, it was heartbreaking.
Bongani, thank you so much for doing this with us. But my final question for you today is, I mean, you just talked about how, where is our humanity? It makes me wonder as well, on the opposite side, the relations between Israeli and the Palestinians as well. What is the mindset of the people on ground there concerning the Hamas and Israel war? They're hearing the shellings, the sirens. What are their concerns and just the mindset of the people when it comes to this war? Do they want an end? Do they want to come to the table? What is it like?
From the Israel people, the Israelis that I spoke to on the streets, it's one call for them. They want not the refugees, rather, they want Israel citizens that were taken by Hamas people. And on the Palestine side, they are also talking about this conflict, how they have suffered, especially I was in Bethlehem and speaking to the Palestinians who are staying in that side. It's in Bethlehem, I can say it's inside Israel, but it's divided by a wall or a fence. So for those Palestinians that are staying there, the kind of life that they were telling me that they've been living over the years, that you find that there is a fence, the other side is Israel, the other side is Palestine. But a Palestinian child cannot play with an Israel child through the fence or even talk to each other. So those are the kind of living conditions that people from the Palestine are facing. But on the Israel side, I didn't see much but only that the citizens, they are speaking about the hostages that are held in Gaza. But also you find that from the Israel side, they are also saying that there are those that are saying that Benjamin Netanyahu, that is the prime minister of Israel, has failed them. Not that because of the conflict that is happening, but in bringing back the hostages that are in Gaza.
Bongani, we appreciate you for doing this with us, and thank you so much for this very insightful report.